Hello humanoids, Halfling Hannah here from Halfling Hobbies. And if you have been a part of this hobby for very long at all, then you know that one statement is true. Miniatures are expensive. And not only are they expensive, but sometimes they're just downright impossible to find the miniatures that you're looking for. These aren't the miniatures that you're looking for. Another thing that is true is that 3D printing your miniatures is way harder than most people make it seem. I've got a whole video about the things I wish I would have known before I thought, hey, I'll just grab a 3D printer and make all my own miniatures. Yeah, spoiler alert, that doesn't work out. And even when it does, it takes forever. The little mimic that I actually ended up 3D printing that actually looks amazing took me 9 hours to print and then another 2 hours to paint. And honestly, when I'm getting ready to run a campaign, the session, I don't plan that far in advance. I just don't. Sometimes I have a cool idea for an encounter and I need miniatures right away. Also, you can use digital tokens, that's an option, but they just don't have the same feeling as something physical on the table. So, today, I have a solution for you DMs. Not only can you have amazing physical miniatures to put on your table, but you can have them absolutely free. Don't believe me? Stay tuned. Here we go. In my hand, I have miniatures worth over $100, and I got them 100% free. The only thing I paid for was paper and ink, which I already had. I'm about to change your life. These are paper miniatures made by printableheroes.com. They also have a Patreon page, which I highly recommend you supporting because you can get even more color variations, types, files, all sorts of stuff. At printableheroes.com, there is a plethora of monsters, characters, and even terrain. All of it 100% free. You can download the PDF, print it, cut it out, paste it together, and boom, you are ready to go. You can literally have custom miniatures for your game ready to go in a matter of minutes. Don't believe me? Well, I've got my set of miniatures. I'm going to start a timer, and we're going to see how long it really takes me to get my miniatures ready for my table. Here we go. In this amount of time, we've got a beautiful frost giant, ropers, some gorgeous fantasy giant mushrooms, a massive purple worm, gargantuan-sized white dragon, and 10 kobolds. So here we have all of our printable minis. Let's see how quickly I can assemble these. So here we go. Gotta get my scissors ready. Here we go. While I'm cutting and doing this, I'll tell you the process. Maybe Jack, we can even put it up on the screen. I'll tell you the process for how you go about this. I wonder how loud those scissors are. So what you do is you go to printableheroes.com or you find Printable Heroes at Patreon. Again, I would definitely recommend subscribing. And I should mention that I don't even know who the artist is of these. I am definitely not affiliated with Printable Heroes in any way, shape, or form. I get no commission if you click the link down below. I'm not an affiliate, though I would love to be if you happen to see this, Printable Heroes. Would love to be an affiliate with you. But this is just something that I found, and as a broke DM, this pretty much saved my life. So that was one down in under 3 minutes. Wow. So you can have a frost giant in under 3 minutes. Amazon 2-day shipping, ain't got nothing on that. And these are made for D&D, so they're actually to scale. So you can use just these figures, just these miniatures, printed off like this, or you can use them in combination with regular miniatures, which is actually what I do. Isn't that beautiful? So I definitely enjoy that, but it's expensive. Halfling can't afford that all the time. So I use the miniatures that are cheaper in actual miniature form, and then I print off these that would be way more expensive. And that's how I keep my costs down as a DM. To be able to spend money on some fun things like foods and drinks. And if I wasn't trying to do a challenge here, I could even go in and I could do all the little details of these and not leave the white background, so it just looks like just the monster, which I will do a few of those after I get this challenge done. Just to show you how incredibly cool these can be. And if you don't have a printer at home, then usually you can print things at either colleges, universities, or your public library for like 10 cents a page usually. I also found that this creator is really cool about making sure that she puts as many of these on one page as possible so that you're not wasting paper, which I think is super cool. It was just a thoughtful little extra thing. She could have just put one on there and been like, figure it out, but here she didn't, and I think that is neat. Oh man, those were super quick. Did you see that? They were super fast. I don't think I've ever told anyone this. This is a great source of embarrassment for me. But I vividly remember when I was in, I think it was preschool. I almost failed preschool because my scissor skills were so poor. We had little pieces of paper where they would make us follow the line with our scissors and cut things out. And I remember them telling my parents that I had really poor hand skills because I couldn't cut out the things that they gave me to cut out. Because my scissor skills were so poor. And you are definitely seeing that come into play in some of these round parts here. That's not going well. some of these that I forgot to put bases on, but there are ropers. Look how cool that is. We only have our beautiful white dragon left. Oh, and all those kobolds. Look at those. Boom. Dragon. Another amazing thing that I love about printable heroes is that you can actually do the bases with different color rings. So, like in this case, when we have a whole army of kobolds, we can distinguish them from each other with the colored bases. So we can tell the hit points apart. Isn't that amazing? I don't tell my players, but usually when I have more than one enemy, I just kind of guess which one's which that they've hit. This is a much better method. Also, these little pieces of paper are way easier to store too than a whole bunch of miniatures. You're not going to be afraid of ruining your paint job by just throwing them in a box. And like I said before, if they get ripped or ruined or stained or whatever else, you're not worried about it. You don't care if your players grab these from the base or from the top. You don't care. There's a lot less worry about your precious miniature collection. I do not say that sarcastically. I say that very seriously because I have some rare miniatures that I'm loath to bring out because I know those Cheeto fingers are not going to fare well on the paint job. But I don't have to worry about that when I use paper ones. So they may have some Cheeto stains on them. Not a big deal. They're paper. Come on, tape. You're ruining my time. I haven't even drank my coffee. Another thing you could do on these, if you wanted to, was you could actually write on the little backgrounds their names or numbers for like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever. Yeah, those are numbers, Hannah. Good job. I have an army of kobolds to go with my white dragon. Definitely do not have this many kobolds. It's another nice thing about being able to print off as many as you want. If you need like a small army of things, this is such a cheap way to do it. Kobold. Okay, now I'm gonna stop this. I'm gonna go get my bases for these guys. And restart. White dragon. Last one. Last piece of tape. And stop. Whew. Done. All right, let's take a look at all these. All right, humanoids, so here is our finished result once we got all of those cut and taped together. Again, these are the ones that we did in just 40 minutes. We did all of these miniatures that we can use on our table tonight in just 40 minutes. That is under an hour. So if you only give yourself an hour of prep time, you still have another 20 minutes to kick back, relax, look over some of these skills for each one of these guys. But even though we were super, super quick, the first thing that you notice isn't all of the white space. It's how incredible this artwork is. It's absolutely beautiful, and it definitely takes the show. So for a review, we have 2 ropers, we have 10 kobolds, 2 sets of giant mushrooms, a frost giant, a giant purple worm, and a giant adult white dragon, all in 40 minutes. Now, this isn't the best that you can do though. Now I'm going to take the time to do another frost giant and a couple different colored dragons and see how I can make these look if I really take my time and try. I'm going to find my glue and we're going to make some really pretty ones. So let's see how those turned out. So as you can see, these turned out absolutely incredible. I took my time with these 3. I really went through and cleaned up all the edges, cut close in some areas, and really made the background kind of blend into the design. And they turned out incredible. The artwork on these is just flawless. I mean, I couldn't hope to have a paint job as good as the artwork on these. They're absolutely beautiful and I love them. And they don't take much time. They're free other than the cost of ink and paper, which, like I said before, I already had. And guys, I think it might be safe to say that I don't know if I'll ever buy miniatures again. Let me know what you think of this. Be sure to head on over to Printable Heroes and give this a try yourself. If you have any questions or if you have any problems getting these to print and look like you want to, by all means, drop a comment here in this video and I'll help you figure it out. Until next time, my friends, may your game have advantage. Halfling Hannah here, signing out.